Well, we're at it again with the keto apple jam that we covered last week in our previous video. But today I wanted to focus on a phyllo pastry. It is so beautiful. You're going to love it. Not only are we making the keto phyllo pastry, but we are also making a keto apple strudel with a twist. And our last recipe will be a caramel sauce to go with all your desserts for the holidays. Now, if you haven't checked out part 1 of the keto apple jam video, please click on this link now and you will be up to date. And if you have, do note the nutritional information and your shopping list is listed in the description box. And let's get into these recipes now. In the bowl, I have 2 cups of CK Almond Flour. I have tried half CK Almond Flour and half CK Chicken Flour, and the recipe works great as well. If you want to check it out, do head over to our live show section and you can see the results. Anyway, 2 cups of CK Almond Flour. To that, add 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, and that's going to help your dough just not crumble. And do note there are no eggs in this recipe, and that's why we're using the xanthan gum. If you have a problem with xanthan gum, you can use gelatin. Just multiply the 1 teaspoon by 4. Next is a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to mix all the dry ingredients together to incorporate that xanthan gum and distribute it. Okay, wet ingredients. 5 teaspoons of a keto approved oil. You can use avocado or olive oil. Tablespoon of vinegar. And 2/3 cup of warm water at 100 degrees Fahrenheit or about 40 degrees Celsius. And mix it all together until you can form a ball of dough. Just switching to kneading by hand. And it's so soft and it's not sticky. It's just a lovely recipe for a pastry. Okay, we're going to roll out between 2 sheets of paper. Divide your dough so that it's workable. And I don't want to restrict you with the pastry that I'm going to show you how to make. In this recipe, we're going to make a strudel, yes. But you could do all sorts of pastries with this dough. Roll it out as thin as you can get it. If you find that your dough is too sticky, you can sprinkle a bit of bamboo fiber or add another tablespoon of your CK Almond Flour. For me, this was perfect, so this is why I gave you the measurements that I did. It just depends on your experience at home. And look how paper thin my dough has turned out. Love that. If you haven't noticed yet, I am trying to give you everything you need to create your own desserts over the holidays so that you can stay on your keto journey. We have covered pies, a custard, the apple jam. We also have a banana jam on the channel. And if you want that recipe, click on this link now. In the previous video, we also did a blender cake that you can add your own flavors to. But now, let's make an apple strudel. I'm just cutting in a square shape. And you want to mark your pastry into thirds so that with your thirds, you're going to cut strips on either side. And leave your middle solid. Lay down the filling of your choice in the middle. This is my apple jam heated up, or apple pie filling heated up. I'm going in with a tablespoon of unsweetened dried cranberries, just for something festive. And this is desiccated coconut. This is all options. I'm just giving you ideas. And what about a few slivered almonds? Okay, so you would just fold one piece over and fold another piece over and continue with each strip. With any pastry that you make with this recipe, you do need to do an egg wash. So I have in here 1 egg and a tablespoon of almond milk, or you can at least use water. Whisk that together and apply your egg wash. You can also sweeten this filo pastry if you wish to have your pastry sweetened. I wanted to give you the alternative of having the pastry without sweetener in case you wanted something more savory. Always bake your pastry on a rack so that if there are any juices seeping through, it doesn't make your pastry soggy, and you need a catch-all as well. And now bake in a preheated oven at 350 Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. Look at this, look at this. Come closer. We have to have caramel sauce in this video because it goes so well with the taste of apple. You can poke holes in a tea cake using the blender cake recipe that I shared, and poke holes in it and then pour your caramel sauce over your cake or loaf, or if you've decided to make cupcakes, you can make your cupcakes. Just bake for about 25 minutes. Over a medium heat, melt 1/3 cup of butter. And you want to let it brown, so it's not quite ready at this stage. See, that's more like it. Next, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of powdered sweetener. You want to use powdered so your sweetener dissolves, or otherwise use allulose. Stir that in. I'm just switching to a whisk so that my sweetener dissolves. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt really brings out the flavor in a caramel sauce. And a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Keep whisking until your sauce calms down. When your mixture looks like this, it's ready. Turn off the heat. Let it cool for about 15 minutes. And when ready, add 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. Now, depending on the sweetener that you use, you will get a bit of graininess. You can just strain your sauce, it'll turn out fine. Let your caramel sauce cool down completely, and you can store it in the refrigerator for up to 3 or 4 days. I do like to give you the most simplest form of a recipe so that you can be creative with whatever you are making and put your own spin on it. And with the filo pastry, the possibilities are kind of endless. I hope you get to try it, and do let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and be well.